My name is Chris Matsumoto, and I am the principal at the Experimental Education Unit, and I'm the Associate Director of the Haring Center. The mission of the Haring Center is to ensure that communities can create both equitable and inclusive educational opportunities for all children. In all of our classrooms, we have children with and without disabilities. One of the things we take great pride in is making sure that we are prepared and ready to serve any child that walks through the door. So there isn't a specific disability that we focus on or certain disabilities that we cannot serve. The school was designed so that children who were not allowed to go to school could get an education, so that researchers could identify the best ways to teach kids with disabilities, and so that those practices could be shared and we would increase the ability for all children to go to school. The goal of the Haring Center is to ensure that any practice developed here, any method researched here, is then available and accessible to all agencies and school districts throughout the state of Washington and across the country.
So we were brought in to study what was possible in renovating this 50-year-old building for the Haring Center. As soon as we started working with this group of people, really we're just blown away by the level of passion, level of energy, and just their enthusiasm for the mission of inclusive education.
The Haring Center has been here since the 60s. The design of this building really prohibits collaboration. One of the most significant roadblocks for us is the limited space and availability for research and training to be housed in the same building with our school. We have maxed out all our existing spaces. If any new researchers or staff from the professional development team were to come on board from new contracts or new grants, we don't have a place to actually have them work in this building.
The existing Haring Center building is a 50-year-old building. It was purpose-built for what it was in 1960, but it's really gone beyond its useful life. We've got systems that are no longer functioning up to a contemporary level. We've got finishes and materials that are degraded to a point that they're hazardous. And we've got program spaces and offices that really just don't serve the program need of the current Haring Center mission or team.
This is one of the spaces that we have available for our school psychologist. It's small, it's dark, there's actually a pipe running through this office. And this is the type of space that prohibits us from having the type of collaboration we need to truly make a difference.
The renovated office spaces at the Haring Center will offer much greater flexibility, will offer many more opportunities for collaboration, and will finally add some of the meeting spaces and gathering spaces that the staff and the professional development team really don't have today.
This is one of our observation booths. In this room, we observe the classroom. It's a space that's vital to our organization, but it also doubles as a storage unit for, in this booth, all the books that the preschool classrooms use.
The observation rooms at the Haring Center are an important part of the program. It's a place for parents to step out of the classroom and observe their kids as teachers and other adults and other kids interact with them and work with them and try out some of these different methods. The new observation rooms and the new classrooms and how they're going to function is much more visible, is much more parent-driven, and much more accessible than the rooms are today. Separating some of the uses, taking the teacher workstations out of that space, giving them contemporary restrooms, upgrading the materials, upgrading the lighting, upgrading the system so that the classrooms are comfortable to be in and play in, is all part of this renovation.
So this is our gym space and our cafeteria. Right now, all the gym equipment has been pushed to the center and collected so that we can set up this space for lunch. We'll bring in tables, have the kids come in, the kitchen staff will bring in a hot lunch, everyone will eat, we'll wipe down the tables, clean the floors, and then reset up all this equipment for afternoon gym.
By moving the active play space to the center of the building, by taking what is now 2 courtyard spaces that are kind of separated and not really connected to one another and combining that into one space, one larger active play space, that courtyard idea at the middle of the building can have a bigger impact. It can do more for the center and for the students that are there. And it can become a bigger part of the identity of what the Haring Center is all about.
The Haring Center has always attracted researchers, trainers, teachers, and families who are deeply passionate about equity and inclusion. The only thing standing in our way in terms of making true change in the community at large is time and resources. A redesign of this building will give us some of that time. It will give us those resources. We will not be spending our time trying to find a hallway to meet in. We will not be spending our time trying to convert a gym to a cafeteria and then back to a gym. We will not be hindered by the space that it takes to both store all the classroom materials and conduct observations in a classroom. This redesign will allow us to take the passion, the dedication, the knowledge, and the skill that exists in this building and share it with the broader community.